Everybody, welcome back to some more Magic with Matumbo. We are playing Mono Black Devotion today. This is a deck that we have actually looked at before, but with the new set, I do want to re-explore this deck, especially with a companion. Let's see what we can do with a companion. But before we hop right into this deck, I do want to remind everybody that if you do like this video and want to see others being made, please hit that subscribe button. Also, if you can, leave a like and leave a comment. Let us know what you want to see in a future video. Let us know what you want to see maybe change about this deck, or if you have any constructive criticism or anything like that. Anything that you do to interact with the channel does help the channel grow. It helps other people see the channel. So just want to remind you guys that I would love it if you guys could do that. So anyway, let's get into this. So we are, again, playing a companion. We are using Umori the Collector. Now, what this deck, or what this companion does is, the stipulation is that all of our cards that are non-land have to share a card type. So we are just going to be playing all creatures in this deck. This is going to allow us to choose a card type when it comes into play, and anything of that type will cost 1 mana less. So we're going to be able to drop this on, turn 3 or turn 4, and then just start dropping a bunch of just small creatures, or maybe even our gray merchants for 4 mana as opposed to 5. It's going to allow us to cast just all of our creatures for cheaper. So let's just go ahead and go through all these creatures that we have. Kind of broken it down for you. We have all of our 1-drops potentially here. We have 2 knights and 4 scorpions and 4 serpents. So again, it's very important in an aggro deck to have enough 1-drops so you can actually just start that damage early, start putting the pressure on. This does lead us into our 2-drops, which are our Lazotep Reavers and our Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Those are really big, as well as the new card from Ikoria, the Fiend Artisan. Fiend Artisan is going to allow us to pay 1 and X into it to sacrifice a creature and actually go get a creature out of our deck that costs X or less, put it into play. While at the same time, it's also going to get a +1/+1 bonus for each creature card in our graveyard. So the more creatures we sack, the bigger these are going to be. And it's just going to allow us to actually potentially pull out gray merchants out of our deck into play, to get our Lurrus back, to get Ayara. But really, any of our creatures, this is going to feed that, and it's just going to grow as it's feeding us. We have Midnight Reaper for card advantage. We have Woe Strider for really cheap 2-creature blocking, as well as the Scry ability. And we can bring it back with Escape if we need to. Ayara is always very important in a mono black devotion deck with the triple black cost of her to cast. And also she feeds really well with anytime another black creature comes into play. We're going to be pinging our opponent for 1, and we're going to be dealing or gaining damage, or gaining life. Sorry about that. As well, we have a couple of just singleton cards in here. We have 1 Lurrus in case it gets to the point where we want to start casting these 1 or 2 drops out of our graveyard. And we have 1 Murderous Rider just for some form of removal. Because again, all of our cards have to share a type. This is really the only removal spell that we can play, since it is a creature. And then we have Gray Merchants. So once we have basically a pretty, gummed up board, we can drop Gray Merchant, deal a whole bunch of damage to them. We'll gain a whole bunch of life, and we'll just swing the game in our favor. So I'm really excited to see what the new Ikoria cards like Fiend Artisan and Umori will actually bring to this deck. So we're going to hop in, we're going to get to this gameplay, then we will be right back with a wrap-up. Oh, and just in case anybody was wondering, we do have a sweet sideboard. I did forget to mention this. Sideboard, you ready for this, guys? 14 swamps. All right, now for real, let's get into the gameplay, and we'll be back soon. All right, we're going to give Mono Black Devotion a little bit of a chance here again. This is something that we experimented with before Ikoria came out. King Bao. This is not a good hand at all. We will be shipping this one back as soon as we get the opportunity. Okay, this is a lot better. We're gonna keep, what do we put back? We got 1, 2, 3. I think we have to put back the 5-drop. That would be pretty much a perfect hand had we got to keep 7. 1, 2, 3, 4 into 5. Into our other land. I'll take it. Let's see where this goes. hopefully we'll be able to highlight how explosive this deck can be. I feel like we'll be able to just really punch in there for a bunch of damage in one turn once we get some of our better creatures in play. Alright, well, we will not be attacking here. Maybe facing a stomp, but no, Pelt Collector, okay. We could double block, we're not going to, because that will leave us with the Scorpion. However, I do like what this is shaping into, so we are going to go ahead and activate this, target them. No, let's not. Let's go to combat. Do this first. Now we will do this. This is going to net us 2 black mana as well. And that's going to let us play our Lazotep Reaver. So we'll essentially be keeping our creature count the same. Drawing Midnight Reaper there was pretty good. However, I think Umori is going to definitely make his appearance next turn. Or her. Whatever this creature, this ooze creature is. Gender neutral. Alright, what are we going to be here? 4/4. Alright, so we don't want to attack. I'm assuming if we play this out, this should be a really good turn here. So this... Okay, we are going to target them again. Sack this, and actually sack this, because we want to keep this Stonecoil Serpent. This is at least a little bit of damage absorption for that trampling Spellbreaker. Growth Chamber Guardian is probably going to be leaving the board here. And if he wants to sack the Gruul Sprout... Okay. Oh, and he concedes. Good game. Good game, buddy. Good game. See, that's... We were going to drop the Midnight Reaper as well since we were getting that 2 black mana. Yeah, that was a bit much for him to handle, so that's awesome. Don't know what you guys think of companions. Again, we are playing a deck that does have a companion. I don't really feel like this companion is that important to this deck. Obviously, it can help fuel the deck a little bit later on when you get certain draws, but the companion for this deck isn't necessarily needed. Opponent's going first. I really wish we had a 1-drop. I think we are going to mull it. Well, I'm going to keep. I think we put back. And this is going to be mono green. This could be Teamer. Okay, we're taking 1. What if he goes Swamp Drill Bit here? That'd be kind of crazy. Interesting. All right, let's get a couple creatures out. What kind of Sultai shenanigans are you playing, sir? All right, well, we are going to really just develop our board. We don't really need to Murderous Rider anything right now. We can afford at least 1 chump block with our 1/1. Okay. I'm assuming he's just eventually just going to hit Thassa and Agent of Treachery, because that's what every freaking deck plays. That's that has blue in it. That's creature based. Why don't you attack there? Very curious. No attacks. So, shenanigans is probably going to start next turn. We're gonna have to start keeping up Murderous Rider mana next turn. Looks like he might be killing something. I hope I don't jinx myself by saying this, but a lot of people don't play Find Finality anymore. I feel like with a lot of creature-based decks, especially Sultai, that should be a card that should be played. Okay. Racist is not a big deal. I still don't understand why he's not attacking. We are... Let's get in there. Free damage. Okay, I don't think we do anything here. We want to see what he plays. Alright, well, so it's Sultai Adventures. What you got, buddy? So he's gonna have he's gonna start getting out of control with the card advantage with this Innkeeper. Might want to kill it. That would allow us to actually play. I think we are. Let him kill this now. So I think we're actually going to do this for 2. Auto pay. So ideally we really just want to draw land so we can start getting our gray merchants in play. We're looking at, if we can hit a gray merchant this turn, I mean, we have 9 devotion right now. Depending on what we sack, if we sack like the Lazotep Reaver, we would be actually hitting for 10. That's a huge life swing. What's he gonna get? God, he's probably gonna get like the -2/-2 thing to everything. But if he does that, though, then he can't attack with his Lovestruck Beast. Don't know what the play is here. Just like I mentioned it earlier. Find Finality. Maybe he'll go get his Edgewall Innkeeper from the graveyard. Okay. We definitely 100% need to hit a land here. All right, deck. One time. Swamp off the top. Oh. Okay. Well. We're going to auto pay this. We're going to draw a card. 10. And we will say go. No attacks. Again, very surprised he fine finality there. So what does he get here? Oh, okay. That's fine. So gain 5, go to 16. So if we could actually draw a 1-drop, that would actually be pretty good. Edgewall Innkeeper. So we actually did draw. And I think this is the best 1-drop we could have drawn. Like 100% could have drawn. We're going to do this for 5. Auto pay, we're going to sack this. This is going to be an extra 2 damage. Yeah, I think him casting that fine finality was to go get 1 creature back was a little premature. We're going to hit for 12. Then we are going to Priest of the Forgotten. So this and Gary. Unless he has some kind of instant life gain. Good game, buddy. Awesome. That was a good game. That was a good game. Yeah, that Scorpion was literally the best draw that we had. That gave us Exacxies, so we were able to hit him for the exact amount of damage we needed to. We're going first. This isn't the best hand, but I think this is a keep. Depending on what he does on turn 1 and 2, if he kills that, we actually can Lurrus possibly and not have to worry about it dying immediately, depending on how much removal he has. Perfect. We are out creaturing mono red right now. That's huge. We definitely would love to draw another land. 1 more land turns on Umori, which turns on our Grey Merchants for 4 mana as opposed to 5. Looks like he is gonna possibly, I don't know, no removal, okay. Alright, just what we wanted. So I think, yeah, let's go ahead and drop this. So maybe he stomps or shocks here, which allows him to get in for 3, and then he lights up the stage. He also... Okay. Yeah, I can see him doing that too. He might think that that token's going to get out of control if we actually were to amass one more time. Alright, so he's going to hit us for 5. Only 3. No. Why? If he wants to block and potentially pump, that's really why I attacked. If he wanted to do that on defense as opposed to offense, I'm fine with that. We're not going to block here. So we're just going to take all the damage. We don't want to run into like a pump spell into a burn spell to kill our Umori, because we do want it to stick, because this Gray Merchant is going to potentially hit for 7. Okay, Phoenix. Okay. This was a decent draw. Alright, so let's do some math here. If we play Ayara, go up to 13, we definitely have to block the Annex. This is going to give us a turn for 10. We want this for 7. Yeah, I think we play this. I like this here with no attacks. I mean, hopefully he doesn't have a 3 damage spell or a 4 damage spell. The good thing is we can actually chump block with our 1/2s. Really won't take a bunch of damage this turn. We might take like 4 or 5 damage. Okay, that's really good for us. So, am I being greedy in playing a lot of cards? Trying to hit... Actually, this is lethal, isn't it? Yeah, this is lethal. Take 11. Good game, buddy. Nice. Almost missed that. Yeah, I'm really liking how this deck is playing. This is a fun deck. It's pretty aggressive. It has like a combo-y feel to it. It's definitely not a combo deck. So we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, double 3. 4. Yeah, we have to keep this. This is going to be a cycling deck. So we need to be aware of like Zenith Flares and stuff like that. That's that card, right? Zenith Flare. Free damage everything? Yep. Not really. Not the worst. Ayara hitting here is pretty good. I feel like he might have been able to take one more turn. Okay, so you're only gonna get one card off of this. Hopefully it's not another deafening click. Okay. Good. Go ahead and say creature. Oh no, let's cancel that. Go to combat.
Contain your rage.
Could see a wrath effect here. Oh no, he's just gonna scoop it up. Alright. Well, good game. Again, I don't feel like people should scoop that early, but alright. Alright, going into the last game. Pretty excited. This deck is playing really well. Has a lot of explosiveness to it. Blank file. Ooh, and we get to go first. This is a good hand. We will keep. I think we definitely play the Night Out first. Maybe this. No, I think Serrated Scorpion first. I don't play the Knight until we know we can hit for 4 in one turn. I think that drawing another 1-drop is going to change our play. We were going to play the Priest there, but okay, so he is looking to bounce a lot of stuff. Six. I think we're just gonna do this. So the Woe Strider will actually, depending on how he brazen borrowers things, will give us the ability to fizzle his spell. So, the copy resolves first. Yeah, we're just gonna let it resolve. Get some more goats. I think that it's fine. Didn't really lose anything. Let's try this again. Now we play this Umori. Creature's gonna be super cheap this go around. Alright, what are you wishing for? 4 damage to everything. Yep. What else? Some kind of like copy spell. Flame sweep, okay. Flame sweep. All right. That'll solve the flame sweep problem. Storm's Wrath. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna pump that. Good game. Man, that was good. Yeah, the Brazen Borrower's bouncing really didn't stop the bleeding that much. Awesome. Alright guys, welcome to the wrap up. We had so much fun playing this deck. We went 5-0. This deck is super powerful. It has can have very explosive bursts of damage and just creature generation, creature destruction, mana generation. Overall, this deck is a lot of fun. I highly suggest you playing it. Now, we do want to highlight this deck. So it does have 4 mythics in the deck and 27 rares. Now, the 4 mythics are all the new mythic, the Fiend Artisan. So that may be the only problem that you might have creating this deck if you're newer to Magic or don't have such a full collection. So really, you probably have a lot of the other cards from just the older sets. So go ahead and give this deck a try, especially if you already have a Mono Black Devotion deck built. It's not too hard to kind of shift it into this type of direction. But yeah, we had a lot of fun. Like I said, now Priest of the Forgotten Gods is huge in this deck. There were games where we just had a couple creatures in play, sack those, get more more mana, play some more creatures. It lets us ramp into our Umori. Again, companions are busted. Umori doesn't necessarily make this deck what it does, but it does speed the deck up a lot. So Fiend Artisan is really key. It does let us search out those Gray Merchant or those other creatures that we have. And everything really served its purpose in this deck. Stonecoil Serpent was really, really good. After tapping out into an Umori, being able to play a Stonecoil Serpent for 1 mana, that was really huge. So, but yeah, again, please give this deck a shot. Also, if you like what you see, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you want to see in future videos, and let me know what you thought about this deck, or maybe any changes or suggestions that you might have. Again, everybody, please stay safe during these crazy quarantine times. Please take care of yourself, your friends, your family, from a distance, obviously with the social distancing, but please continue to do that. So again, thanks for watching. You guys have an amazing day, and we will see you guys next time.